Wow, everything's turning off and on. What's going on? Stream, sending data. Are you out there? Are you tuning in? This is an important update. This is an important update. This is so important. Our world is about to change. My world personally is about to change. Your world, if you decide to take action, because the biggest financial opportunity you do not want to miss is here. I found it. It was manifested. Such a coincidence. The owner of the biggest project on the newest layer one that's going to sweep the cryptocurrency market caps, the SONIC blockchain that already has X times so many, X times double, triple, what is it? All the other top blockchains can't even compare to the new wallets that have been opened on Sonic, and it is taking over. Just like there was a wave to Arbitrum and Optimism and other new projects, Sonic is here. It's a EVM compatible blockchain. It handles everything at hyper fast speed, 10 times faster than XRP. And USDC is already on it and transferable, bridgeable to all these other blockchains, so many other blockchains, if not all the blockchains. You just have to see how incredible this is. Hyper fast. It's a DAG, decentralized autonomous graph. It is the extreme smart contract operator that I've been looking for. Simply has the lowest fees, fastest settlement. I wanted one that has a USDC insured that I could use to bring on the economic lift program. That's for local businesses and charity. That's what they would use. They would use stable coins initially. They don't know about Bitcoin and crypto and all these things. But I figured out a way that through stable coins, we could all earn passive income regardless, serving a service to these businesses and charities, getting them onboarded into stablecoin management with their own self-custody wallets, so they could have the same insured coins in these self-custody wallets, easily send them to local businesses, and every single time within that moment through the smart contract we build, I can teach all of you how to build smart contracts. You get to have passive income for life. Forget the credit cards. 50% goes to the favorite charity, nonprofit, school, or any important organization you can think about, anything you care about. It's your choice. You get to decide. It's voluntarism. You decide what nonprofit or organization. The business, when it's nonprofits, tax write-off every single time. They own the smart contract. We don't need to claim it from our company. We build them for the businesses, and we'll teach you how to build them. You get passive income because we're going to replace the transaction fees. These are now donations and charitable investments. The margin is flexible. We can beat any single payment system. So when you go into a business and you learn the sales and marketing techniques that I developed for years, got a whole town of Clearwater, city of Clearwater, Florida, lined up with the biggest nonprofit organizations and not dozens of businesses. I was close. I was like about 15 businesses over the course of a summer. I went back to petitioning. My career had been 20 years of political petition management, petition consulting. I always knew that there was another way to help the world other than politics. Of course, charities, nonprofits, and voluntarism. However, I do see both ends of the spectrum that with politics, there is this limitation that even though we have a First Amendment right to free speech, the nonprofit organizations that have the tax deductible write-off have no free speech. When it comes to anything political, any policy that's being passed, any policy that's up to be passed, any policy they could organize you behind to solve their problems, they do not have any operating right. They will lose their tax status if they talk about a politician with a policy or any policy alone for that matter, including ballot initiatives, which is my specialty. I worked in an in-demand industry. There's not volunteers for these high volume signature collection drives. So I have this experience talking with millions of people. They already know me, recognize my face. They see me here in the United States. Yeah, I probably got their signature because I've traveled all over the country. Me and a select group of elite petitioners that travel the country work on these campaigns. We're kind of elite in that sense. I mean, we make better money than some average people out there working their jobs. But there's no retirement fund. There's no health care. There's no life insurance. There's nothing valued from that. So I'm breaking out of that industry. I'm getting into life insurance. I'm getting into the real financial markets like business loans, where anyone with a social security number can operate and get zero interest finance, operating costs for a business, 0% cards that run from 12 months, 15, 18, 21 months. And you can manifest 1,500 $1,000. You can have like $1 million. What am I saying? You can have 150,000. You can also get shelf corporations, get another 250,000, 500,000. You can raise capital. You just need a dream and a business plan and AI. Back when I was drafting my business plans, it took hours and hours to painstakingly write this. Now I can put in the prompts and create whole documents so easily, and even write law. I used to spend hours writing law. I spent many, many hours, months operating in my mind to create the biggest movement for direct democracy I could ever do, filing 5 ballot measures in Arizona. And I've been in the news a few times, like operating the Gene Kwan recall to remove this corrupt Democrat politician in Oakland. I used to live there. I lived there for 6 years, saw it go to trash. It's horrible. I'm warning people, stay away from those kind of policies and understand that we have to recognize economics is crucial. Schools don't teach personal finance. You've all been brainwashed to be slaves to work for jobs. And not necessarily you, if you're watching this because you're already following and up to case, but most people, work like slaves around the clock, just barely financing, keeping up with the Joneses, spending more than they can afford to save for themselves long term. They don't understand it. The youth don't understand it. It's creating financial wreck. So we need to wise up society. I want to bring this to schools. Everyone should be running for school board to bring personal finance to the young kids in middle school to learn how to use math and prepare for their adult life. And it's just a shame that it's not. So we want to influence and save children's future as pioneers for our own establishment of wealth and creation of the universe, and make sure the next generation has it better than we have. Because I grew up watching this tragedy. I mean, I'm still here. I'm growing up, but I see this tragedy of this world, and it seems depressing, like nothing could be done because no one listens and does anything about it. But I am the one actually bringing knowledge on how to fix the problems, having 20 years experience in the industry, seeing none of my other associates stepping up to the plate enough. I mean, there's been a few that have said this and that, but we don't have that. I'm the one exposing it. I'm the creative mind. I was drawing in 3 dimensions at age 4 randomly from the window with crayons, a bird's eye view of the road below. And they said that was really interesting and not usual. I have always had a creative brain. I can visualize well. I'm not calcified. And later I learned Qigong. So add my own natural powers of creativity and right-brained thinking. I added esoteric arts, elevated myself, became aware of solutions. I want to teach everyone else to have that opportunity, which is why I created the personal branding of Yin Yang Dao. Because meditation should be free, it should be effortless, it should be for all people, and we can save ourselves becoming aware of the opportunities and taking action on them. And know that, look, when we're behind a computer, because that's the new model, we got to be computer bound until we have the time to exercise and get outdoors, of course, too. But online money is the way to hyper accelerate our growth, not any other kind of work, with the exception of economic lift, to the degree that we'll be bringing this economic renaissance to business owners, and they'll be able to see the obvious benefits, and then we onboard them to crypto, get all kinds of perks and benefits from the referral links that's paid by the crypto groups we work with. No money out of pocket to onboard people. You get paid as a commissioner of this process and onboard people, and then they get access to DeFi education and this whole system to bring in charities and nonprofits that they can refer others and be agents of change through the same matrix. It's not just for people that are weird into MLMs and Ponzi schemes. I know what some people are thinking. It's not just for some people that want to have a get rich quick scheme and push. No, it's an actual business utility that backs it. I just love the idea of decentralized marketing because there's no centralized marketing company necessary. We can all put on our own effort and have our own merit starting today, starting now. I've seen people in my history of being in online businesses, doing all these other businesses I want to do part of. I couldn't adopt enough of them because I was always building my own. But I did efforts. It wasn't successful in any of them, but I was always pushing for this, where I am today. But I was able to get them, get the information from so many resources and come up with my own ideas to grow my own project better. I saw so many projects grow and fail, but this one is not going to fail. My own is not going to fail because I already see how I've mapped out all the steps for the economic lift and United Petitioners to take over. Lift, by the way, is an acronym for Local Incentive Financial Technology. That's how we get the businesses incentivized. We get them a donation instead of a credit card. We talk about economic localization, helping the schools, helping all recognition from the families and groups that care about causes, loving their business with a passion that they're not going to shop to competitors. It's harsh truth, but if they don't sign up with us, their competitors that do will be taking all their revenue and be the ones highlighted, and that's just all there is to it. It's mandatory to be part of that, or you lose in the end when you're not there and you have to join later. It's just like buying Bitcoin. If you wait too long, it's going to just keep skyrocketing. It will have its down tips. It may last for years, but that's why you dollar cost average. You buy the dips, you sell peaks, or trade into stable coins if you want to be a trader, or you just hold and ride 4-year terms. We're going to onboard the masses, teaching them this. It correlates with election cycles. You see, there's a lot of similarity to decentralized government and decentralized finance. There's so many similarities, and I write about it. I will be publishing blogs, and I hope you pay attention. The goal is to create lots of media and educate the masses about how DeFi and DGov correlate and how we can build them together. By doing so, it's extremely financially rewarding. It's interesting, we have 2 major blockchains, Solana and SONIC, we are onboarding people for, with referral links galore that everyone can participate. And you join through my link as family, then you also can refer others as family and bring them in. And we have a community, and we're building massive things. I'll write laws for any state or country with the AI. I'll teach you how to do it, in fact. And we will also launch this where you can bring in local businesses in every state and country. You can bring them in. You will learn sales skills, how to influence the business owners to settle with a payment, to get you to deliver what you promise. And even though it's essentially free for them to join, if it all else fails, if they show a proof of like going through bankruptcy, we'll do it for free. But otherwise, they invest, they take that investment to recognize they have to take the time to learn it. They go through a very simple process of onboarding, and then they get empowered. And you have to charge for that outcome. It's psychology. So here's the thing. For you to join, you need to deposit what you feel it's worth. When you can know that you're investing into a wallet organization for 2 massive utilities, the economic lift and the United Petitioners. The local incentive financial technology creates economic localization. United Petitioners creates decentralized direct democracy powered by AI. And we have the formula for world change that you should be a part of, to care about your community's growth of accepting Bitcoin, working with DeFi, ensuring they have maximum economic output that then circulates to the economy and helps those charities and nonprofits that are once doing the work, helping the causes that affect your community that you care about most. You should do that. It's more valuable, arguably, than giving directly to your charity, except they need to keep getting it. You need to keep getting it, but you need to add more to this program to have that compounding effect, influence them, introduce them to us through your referral links and your method we will educate you on. We'll create your own personal branding and method. It's very simple to do. People know you personally, so you just create your own branding with video. You empathize, connect personally about why this works, how you've seen it work. We have the smart contracts on video for people to watch, but until they do it themselves, they do not recognize how simple it is to get into this massive financial opportunity of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It's so much easier than people put it out to be. And it's so much more easy to understand, even though you can't hold it. It is the future's money because it has all the same attributes of all other types of money, except that in this case, it has absolute scarcity of 21 million. Furthermore, it can't be hacked as the first code that no hackers can penetrate, from North Korea to DARPA, and the top AI quantum computing today is not hacking Bitcoin. You know why? Well, you should learn about it and join us, and we'll teach you why Bitcoin has so much value. You want to rush this before the nation states FOMO, where fear of missing out is happening in states and whole countries are buying up crypto, and people get it behind their government. No. It was supposed to be the people get it before the government, not after. Trump has already announced the reserve. Argentina, Bhutan. Many countries are looking into seriously holding crypto. And right now, when the countries are ignoring it, it's in fact the inside financial experts. They're the ones that are investing into crypto. They're getting the most gains. It's produced more value and results than any other currency in the planet as a whole for the people. It is the father and God of the next generation of wealth transfer that you can be a part of. And Bitcoin is God transfer of energy to you, exempting the banks and exempting the financial institutions, having your pure sovereignty. When you have your private keys, you have two-factor authentication, no one can touch it. It's yours. There's not enough Bitcoin in the world for everyone to have one. And it's going to slowly creep up on you before it's too late. And that parabolic move leaves you in awe. And you realize you could have and should have joined at that proper time to be a part of it. So we are pushing an idea backed by artificial intelligence, learning how to market and create marketing campaigns with AI and media, and getting people involved to get others so that we can share what Bitcoin can do. Earning our own Bitcoin and investing back into projects that matter, from these micro cap coins that ensure that we can have the most maximum growth with their adoption, that give us the unparalleled opportunity to walk away from this bull market with the most satisfaction. Not just because of their growth, because of how we teach you how to capture your gains and lock them in stable coins. We will also work with synthetic gold and silver and RWAs, like real estate and other types of innovative blockchains that happen. But we're going to be very conservative. 50% of our portfolio is Bitcoin. All other major blockchains are adopting their own Bitcoin reserves as nations go into it. The other half is where we speculate. We grow a speculative tolerance. We reason to invest properly for maximum gain so that we can grow that half faster and then liquidate it back into our core asset, Bitcoin, to be ahead of the curve. We use our cash and develop cash flow to invest in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and invest in our time and AI tools. And we compound. We compound all of our decentralized finance yield farms. We compound our stable coins ranging from 10%, 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, 70, and more. And you get access to all those higher levels of compounding stable coin yield that I source and teach how to source across every single blockchain, with the help and power of world top AI that I have lifetime access to. In fact, I have 6 other memberships, and I will be giving out with an NFT sale. It's already live, but I'm not pushing it. There's a lot of components. But that is happening. CryptoPetitioners.com, CryptoPetitioners.now.site. It should still work. I might have to update the RPCs or something like this, dealing with the website code if it's not working. Let's check it. But you know what? That AI will help us also get the best crypto projects. And all you need is one. I got one last bull market when COVID was going down, and it saved my life. As a public petitioner, you can't go outside and collect signatures. So I had no work. And instead, I profited from one cryptocurrency and then spent all my time learning about crypto and created this background of education that works. CryptoPetitioners.now.site. It has the code, so an invalid request. Okay, it needs to be updated, but you all wait for it. None of this is in order yet. There's a lot of things happening. But you know what? We're going to benefit so hard. Just got to put the time in. And then we can do anything we want. And I hope that you change your world, change the world for those around you, and have dreams and goals. I'd like to know what they are. I don't just making money for the sake of making money. I'm investing in changing the planet. And I hope that you co-invest in these tokens that I'm creating. We haven't even launched the Economic Lift token yet. Ballot AI is the most significantly small market cap where you can still get 1 million tokens for any average person's extra money at the end of a pay week. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. What's average, but it's not a lot. A million tokens, that's 1%. And Ballot AI is going to take over the entire ballot initiative industry. We have the AI background. It's going to cost about $30K for us to complete that user interface and make it happen. And we're getting the capital. Talked with a banker associate today. What do I call him? An advisor, consultant. And he's like an angel in human form that also wants to help the world, agrees with the politics, and wants to make sure that I and others around me get the capital they need to expand our ideas, expand our business. So we're working with people for free, zero cost up front. The only cost is when you turn down the money for your business idea. So you have to have a solid business idea you're confident will work, and you can get as much money as you're willing to put in the work for and accept. It starts with your personal credit and go improvement as needed. And otherwise, if you have over 700, you're good. And it starts with credit refinement. You even get rid of cards if you need. Don't worry about it. And then it starts with credit boosting. Talk to all the right banks, getting the underwriting done right, getting your personal credit massive. Then you get the business credit to be insane. So much that you can launch any business idea you want, like the ideas I'm talking about. And that's a process I'm going through right now. And I'm offering the opportunity for other people to check this out. You'll find out about this consultant, and we will see what happens. There'll be news soon. That's a process that allows us to extract capital from the bank's fiat currencies that we already have the debt we're paying for essentially through the inflation measurements. We're paying for it anyway. We might as well extract it because it's designed to help us grow the economy. If we don't grow the economy, it shrinks. So we need to take massive action and grow together and create businesses that create lots of commerce and solve huge problems for people. And that's the opportunity. Take the money that's given to us. Otherwise, all of us suffer from inflation if we don't. And it's the consequence of not building your own business that you end up falling behind and being a victim of life without opportunity at the end. And there's a lot of people in jobs that get their health insurance and life insurance and 401ks, but sometimes eventually even those bail and they have problems. There's nothing that seems so certain in life until you take complete control of it, I'm telling you. And DeFi adoption is still early. Such a small percentage of the world has Bitcoin and decentralized finance. Now is the opportunity to jump in, make this massive. It's your chance. You can get in, get your AI going, start pushing it, the ideas of economic lift and united petitioners. And when you get someone to sign up, you get 50% of whatever they give. There's a minimum, it says that, but it's really up to you. You can give 100, you can give 200. The more you give, the more you get. Essentially, it's described in the document, the white paper I created with AI in like a few minutes. It's really simple idea. The code matches exactly what the document says. It gives you a spillover a recognition, and it's not a good thing. It says that you missed money when people in your downline invested higher than you did. So it encourages you to level up. And so the whole goal is to teach the best fundraising skills that as we grow, even the people at the end that take the courses and learn how to fundraise both online and face-to-face with people and in rooms. Okay. They can fundraise huge amounts of money, keep 50% and cover all their costs. The goal that I have as someone that was a petitioner, if I was a professional petitioner of my status, nobody else really is. This is my line of work as a petitioner. I would probably want to invest, seeing this crypto opportunity like all my money. Doesn't even take second thought. It's just like how I am with Sonic. I'm moving all my money onto the Sonic chain right now. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. I'm keeping Bitcoin outside of it right now. But I have all there's no reason not to have all my DeFi protocols running through Sonic right now, capture the biggest airdrop and take advantage of the economic lift program. It's the best blockchain for it, and the time is now. And we can go cross-chain anytime something better comes along. It doesn't matter. But this is where we're going. The whole blockchain's one big circle. I'm going to teach you in DeFi how to circle through all of it. We're not specific to just ours. We're like all about helping you profit from all of it, get all the airdrops, get all the best yield. And that's what makes us so future proof. because we're not even competing with others. No cryptocurrency, credit card, or payment system that even exists out there can compete with a decentralized model where entrepreneurs build their own smart contracts to get the direct commissions on chain to their wallet in real time with no third parties managing it, no third party code managing it at all. No one can compete with that in crypto or in direct finance. Do you understand? Or do you overstand? Do you like, I see this grand design that this is multi-billions, trillions of dollars of value. Every single credit card transaction now can be in DeFi stablecoins. Every single country can have stablecoins. People can also use the volatile coins in there too. I didn't mention that, but you can pay with Bitcoin. You can pay with SONIC. You can pay with anything that's out there. You can pay with economic lift token or Ballot AI. People will be using these to pay because they have so much from the growth of these projects and the yield they will get when they invest in the staking and so forth. I already have enough of the tokens purchased that we can have staking rewards for a long while that will ensure, with the proper liquidity, we can have staking rewards that will keep people satisfied as we grow our project and more people stake, and this price increases because staking will be required for the utility to be delivered, which will impact so many business owners and impact every single person who votes and every single political action committee that generally spends millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands on ballot access campaigns. Tens of thousands in small cases. We'll be able to take over the entire industry worth billions with the AI-backed ballots. So watch out, because a lot of people watching are broke and they're still conditioned by the matrix, essentially. They don't know how to snap out of it. And when a good idea comes around, it's too broad for them to accept. That leaves them in a state of non-action, analysis paralysis, stuck in the state of not taking the action to move forward. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let it happen to your friends or family. Snap them out of it. Explain to them Bitcoin is now. It's the only time. Sell all your belongings you don't need. You know, I was about to sell my car. The dealership didn't want it. It has almost 100,000. I got a warranty, but I was just like ready. I'm going to take that capital and put it in. But now I'm getting the business financing. As long as I make my Bitcoin part of my business, I should have 50% of the capital of my business in Bitcoin. As long as I do that, this project is going to take off and win. And I'm astounded. That's why I'm making a 30-minute video right now explaining. You got to see the long form video on the YouTube. Everything needs to be explained. It's got to be broken down as well. But it's such a diverse idea. And I may not be the best one to deliver it. That's why it's on you. Don't blame me if it doesn't take off right away. Where's your activity? Why aren't you promoting this Sonic Web3 to get your passive income Bitcoin yet? You know, why aren't you doing this and developing passive income, making your videos and then cutting it up with AI and putting it out there and creating blogs and creating websites? Next thing is really the mass website development project. I got the best opportunity for you to even have the opportunity, more passive income just with website development, help the businesses that don't have it yet and help those that do, and help create the web ring that connects everyone together for economic lift, for your way to enter into the smart contract development. That is real skill development. That is a real school. I'm going to learn it. My team's going to learn it. Everybody, I have one guy already has learned it. He built some beautiful sites. They're not ready yet to share. We're getting there. I keep putting it off because I'm so busy. And sometimes I'm making the social media and practicing with these tools because that takes time too. But I can create that mass media effect to get people following me that it's worth it. And all the work is just right in front of me. In fact, talking about it helps me consolidate the ideas, make it so much more simpler. So I get the anxiety perhaps of just executing on the function, and I'm creating the media at the same time, but I'm letting you know in advance. Take it from as a charity to even tell you. So you have the opportunity to buy Ballot AI right now, get it on Meteora Dex, and run up your social media connections with me, connect all of them so you can be on top of economic lift. Subscribe to it all. Subscribe your email on the pages, and just know that the email drip is about to happen. I'm getting there. I'm a one-man army, building everything. I can have the AI build out the email. I get it. Life is filled with so many types of challenges. It doesn't all happen in one day. But as soon as I get in the groove, like right now with this media, like the video you're watching now, actually producing the content to raise awareness about the greatest design, the intelligent solutions for economic empowerment, personal financial wealth creation, and for freedom, liberty, and justice in our lifetimes with this decentralized direct democracy model. together. That's yin yang Dao. They're two opposites, voluntarism and direct democracy. They both have the same elements in common. The first to raise awareness, connect the left and right brain hemispheres on these topics, and show you there's one fundraising system that empowers both, that empowers you. You get 50% commissions every sale. You just need to fundraise for us, and you're going to get the airdrop. Every single fundraiser gets airdrop tokens. We can easily scout out all of those wallets and drop proportional tokens. So everyone's going to get a hand. And this is going to be decided through our DAO, and funds are going to be poured into the DAO for people to do this. So you just get involved now. It's the best thing you can do. Open up your smart contract, start talking with us, coordinate, ask questions. And if you think I'm not moving fast enough, demand what you want me to deliver. And I'll work on delivering it to you and delivering it so I can set it up so every single person can benefit. And we're growing this from the grassroots now, around the clock. This whole next week, it's summer break. My son, 12, he's going to be doing everything for me, from lifestyle development, learning how to be an entrepreneur. Fortunately, he lives with his mother, and I have to take a fatherly, masculine approach on this ultimately and be that dad that teaches him how not to fall back and become victim to passive behaviors, and structure him to be the strongest man going into sixth grade possible. With young man going to sixth grade, about to be in junior high, about to be an adult, and partner with me on the legacy of creating world change. He's going to learn skills that his mother just frankly doesn't develop him on, not to diminish her talent at conveying empathy and care for his growth and making sure he has great health and things like this. But I'm developing a system to teach him his financial empowerment that will give him the ability to direct his path. Just like I wished I had a father do for me, but my father wasn't an entrepreneur in these ways. He did not give me guidance as well as far as career and things of this nature. So I have an obligation, I feel, to heal by sharing value with others for what I did not have when I needed it most. Now that I have, I know what it's like to be in a situation where you're struggling and you want something like a business loan and you can't get it. This is not my first rodeo. My last business loan, I got the whole ecosystem built for everything to start functioning in the dev rug to 90K. But we have the ability to deliver a subpoena 100%. We do. And as soon as we raise a capital, we will get all that money back. Most of the money's still just sitting in the wallets. And the person's not hard to find. He's not spending too much in his personal life. He's just keeping it in wallets because he wants to wait for this bull market. And that person will be subpoenaed and have to give the money back. And so that's going to give us probably about 90K, maybe 100, maybe there's penalties I don't know about, but we're serious, and we're going to hire one of many companies and decide to get our capital back. And that will be locked liquidity. That will be in the DAOs. So very quickly as we begin, once I get this business loan, in fact, it could be a month and a half, he says. Once that happens, then we're going to litigate. We're going to get our capital back as soon as possible. We're also going to build everything we're delivering now to the next level and expand. We're going to give you the biggest opportunity in your life to raise awareness about Bitcoin and DeFi and profit for the rest of your life. We expect from that time you put into it starting now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it all into this. And my portfolio development is huge. It's not about how much money you just put into this, mind you. It's about your whole portfolio development. However, you will realize this project is about time and skill development more than anything. Time and skill development, you develop the skill for those AI tools and automations, and then boom, you're set for life. So we are all building it as a cooperative. I'm about to drop the spreadsheet for the community in level 0 to have all these best AI tools I found out about. So I just dropped the video walking you through the airdrops the other night here on YouTube at Liberty Economy. I dropped it and it walks you through the airdrop steps, gives the referral codes and everything for a handful of projects. You can do the same. You can make your own videos, start practicing it, sharing it. I've been sending it to all the people on Facebook. Click, 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 click. Send it out to dozens and dozens of people, tagging people. Do it. Put it out there. Push it. What else are you doing with your time? You're not watching little scrolling videos of girls dancing or other kind of like just behavior oriented, like mind mess, what do they call it? Mind rot, brain rot media. Give yourself a chance to just push the media. Don't become a consumer. I can say that. I know you watched this video, but this is a duplication video. I'm not a hypocrite. I want you to do the same. And everyone needs to explain that. You have to be recognizing it takes being in consumer to take the material to then be a producer for what you want. That's what it requires. But then you need to go into action mode. I'm giving you the tool for that action mode. It's Web3 Sonic. It's Yin Yang DAO. I'm partnering with the dev. I was looking at the website and he put my face on the front of the whole website. Let's see if it's still there. Web3sonic.com. It was on my phone. Oh, no, I got AI Brandy there. Okay. But it had my name on it. And when I go to my link, it's 2201. That should do it. I saw that was a way to do it. And they're supposed to be able to do it from your wallet. There it is. 2201. I'm right there. Amazing. AI Nico. And that's just so fun. The dev did that for me. He's going to do that for people. We have a lot of AI tools. He's building this from the ground up. He, like me, suffered a huge loss, got just totally wrecked by a company and team that were so decisive in their deception that they ruined him. I don't know the liberty to say, but so much. It could put anyone into despair. All the capital, they were getting Bitcoin at its lower price. They made a huge transfer. It's supposed to be over the shelf, what have you. It looked so legit. They did such a good job scamming this veteran computer programmer and developer. And if they can get him, they can get you. Trust me. So you need to know how to watch out for scams and frauds. We will teach you all of that. We're for mainstream adoption. Everyone's so skeptical. Oh, this frauds and scams. It's a Ponzi. First, break the Ponzi myth. Then we go first into stopping scams. Make sure they don't target you. They're fake profiles trying to message you. We're trying to keep the safe community from the scams out there. We are working for you. We are the people. We, the people, are building the decentralized project for DeFi education, mass onboarding for every single nonprofit, charity, school, and cause that we care about, as well as for every business owner we can interact with and give them an opportunity to create a stronger local economy and be influencers in the Bitcoin and stablecoin donation program adoption we create, the economic lift programs for every business owner. And when you bring that to them, you get to then profit for life. Making the smart contract will teach you everything. You don't need a coding certification. You don't need to spend hours learning how to code and figure it out. We'll show you how to do this. I built this last time all myself. I'll do the hard work so I can deliver it to you. And then you can start putting in the motion to bring these local businesses and charities into the game. We're getting into the game to bring all that external capital from around the world into our community, into our local businesses that we care about, our businesses that we run, and those around us, helping everybody, helping our children, helping the future, taking action. So if you want to be a part of that, it's time to take action now. How much does it cost to get a coffee every day? Quit the caffeine. It's so bad for you. I'm feeling so much better, getting pumped, working out, fasting, getting into the mindset, getting into the wisdom of business creation through taking action, studying, learning every day, applying these skills, committing 100%. I want you to recognize you can do it too. Now, I'm in a position because I have been dollar cost averaging for years, since 2015. So I was looking just at my Cash App with Bitcoin purchases. Since last year, I had like $12,000 in profit from just dollar cost averaging little payments in, and payments when I could. Biggest payments, I usually liquidate my whole check when I know that it's going up. Since January of 2022, all my money's been going into Bitcoin. Woo! And I still use it though, and then I move it out. I move it to the altcoins. That's why it sounds so little, but I have a lot more money sometimes when I look at all my wallets and I think, and I'm like, oh my God, it's just, this is the best year for my investments personally. I want it to be the best year for you. I want you to have next 4 years to grow, starting now. Get yourself in position to master the bull and bear markets, and be happy that if you get to the position like me where you can technically live off your Bitcoin and crypto, from the yield and just from liquidating or taking loans against it, if you wish, I think there's other strategies that if you really need cash, you might just liquidate it as a business expense, and you can write it off your taxes, which is great. So you just have to have the formation set up to run your business in that way. And I'll teach you all of that as a partner. I mean, videos like this explain certain things. Once you hear something for the first time, do your research and find out, and then it just clicks and you realize you can put it together. You have to take the bold action yourself. So I want you to be inspired to know that I'm taking the action every day, building this community, building the video archive, creating long form content, breaking it up, pushing an idea to make automation with all my posts. And I'm taking it to the next level. I want everyone to get here where I am, and I'm just at the beginning. But I want everyone to get here. And even if you don't have the funds to invest like I have in certain paid tools that are beginning to operate, I want you to start where you can and use what you can. Everyone starts somewhere. And the referral program alone is technically all you need to come up. Because if you can just get to that point where you put in the work and you are so influential, you will develop a network of people who will do the same because they want to be part of this crypto onboarding revolution and ride the wave into the future instead of getting lost in the inflation-based currencies and watching the prices rise every year and not knowing how retirement's going to look with the cost of everything going up. We need to snap out of the matrix. Life is short, especially when you get to my age at 40. I see like, wow, I'm just whipping through this life. It's time to take bold action. And I hope that whether you're young or old, it's time for you to get involved. I think I'm at a good age to influence people on both sides. And I always figured seniors too can have purpose. They have so much time if they're retired. They can be the ones changing the world. Everyone says it's going to be the youth, but seniors should be getting involved. Show the youth how to get this. They should be extremely successful for themselves and their family, and just to have that retirement that they want now. Travel the world, go to the beaches. It's time to get involved. I think they are the ones that can do this massively. I think the youth can do it. Get in early. You're young. The adults don't get this yet. They're going to figure it out later. You can figure this out. You should be getting in early just because you know that crypto is a future, technology is a future. The old fogies don't know how to use a cell phone. It's important to get involved and invest in technology when you want to make millions. And you do. You want financial freedom for your family. It's your rights, your obligation. The money is there. You just haven't accepted it. You haven't manifested it. You haven't done the work. You have to put it in. You have to create the content. You have to do the execution of your task, whatever it is you're building. But in our case, we all have one unified goal, and we're creating a cult of purpose, and one that we can't leave because we don't want to, not because there's any kind of control. But in fact, we're going to be delivering so much. And crypto, they always just use that phrase. They say like groups with like a big cult following, they do the best. Well, we're decentralizing government and decentralized finance. You understand? There's nothing else like this. Do you want to overstand now to see that decentralization applies to both government and money? Both economic lift, the local incentive financial technology, and United Petitioners with its ballot AI software for AI-powered direct democracy are taking over the government and decentralizing it with those ballot initiatives, the referenda recalls to kick them all out, the citizen grand jury to sue all those corrupt actors in government on behalf of the people, paid for by the state. The citizen grand jury is not to be messed with. We are talking about a civil revolution in this country, understanding our Constitution, the occulted knowledge that people don't recognize that can happen right now. In all the other states that don't have those jury rights, forget about the problems, because we are the ones capable of fixing them. And if they continue to exist, it's only because our lack of action to address them through this very simple process I've been explaining for years. Now's the time I'm hyping it up and going live, because we have a crypto project you can invest in with purpose, a utility that will deliver the decentralized direct democracy that's more than just a philosophy now. And we can make sure that you get rich in the process joining us, learning about the programs, learn about the ideas of creating freedom and liberty with these ballot initiatives and referendum and recalls to control our government ourselves. We can stop every bad law with a referendum. We can create initiatives to block federal laws we deem unconstitutional and create our own laws to limit government. That's what we're oriented towards 100%. We're making sure that the people's freedoms, the liberties, the Constitution, it's protected, and we're authorizing that. We're not waiting for our governors. We can do that here in the US. We can do that in countries worldwide. And I feel like a global citizen and obligated to tell people, all of us, the world can have direct democracy entirely, but it's going to start with countries. We just need that. We don't have to agree on all the same policies everywhere. That's a free market. Anyone trying to push that is broke. We need sovereignties, individual sovereignties, where people have culture. They keep their culture, their roots, their history, and they don't just meld into this gross amalgamation of occult control. The occult controls us through media, through lies and manipulation of actors and movies, in fact, and propaganda and television and everything that people consume. Radio is horrible. Radio, so bad. AM radio, so bad. There may be some good projects. We can't bash them all because we need to get marketing, cross-promoting, but here's the paradigm shift. Instead of just learning about the problems in all these political talking shows, we're going to change the narrative and talk about solutions and strategies. Solutions include charities and fundraising groups that you can fundraise and create wealth through helping, and ballot initiatives and referenda to create our own laws and changes, stop every single problem in government. It's really that simple. Both of them rely in strength in numbers. We can change every single law with a critical mass. Once we have a critical mass of people taking decisive action, we can put them on the ballot and let the whole voting population decide. All they need is to be educated. Remember, conservatives are the majority. Conservatives now won the Trump election. We just found voter fraud during the Biden election. That's going to be exposed. Watch for that news. There's so much as the Trump movement and conservative direction to stop leftism, Marxism ideas from taking over our country has been a success. And so people that are oriented towards freedom and liberty and stopping these cult-like war hawks from pushing World War III with an agenda to make us all in poverty through economic eugenics, we're escaping the matrix and fighting back. That we want financial literacy, we want freedom on all of our rights, no taxes. We want to have free markets because history and facts prove that that's what generates the most prosperity. And so mindful regulation is needed. We still are going to have a government. We're going to reform that as we require. Those ideas for consensus will occur. They simply won't violate the non-aggression principle. They won't require taxes or the use of force or violence or coercion. If they can accomplish the goal in the free market, like we are, enticing people to get into economic localization and put initiatives on the ballot, we don't need any other use of force. Like the left and people protesting No King's Day, who are pushing violence, essentially mob rule, and pushing this whole entire protest movement to rally in the streets against all kinds of ideas that they're not educated about. The reality is that they're just not educated in civics, because if they not only do they not know about the problems, they're protesting and angry because of all the media propaganda and manipulation in the left wing, evil empire of networks of Marxist thought. But they also are essentially ignorant of civics, how to solve the problem in a nonviolent way and without violating the non-aggression principle. So we can agree as libertarians to pass policy that will limit government, allow freedom and the free market to decide peaceful alternatives to solve the problems. And there's so many that work. So, for example, just break it down. Why our program is going to be so successful when people figure this out? Because even the left, who I sound like I hate, figure this out and look beyond the rhetoric and anger of me explaining to them that they're in the wrong space and mind. They will realize that they will join us because we can solve the problems that affect all of us through these means that don't require taxation. They just have to dive down that rabbit hole of logic and thought and hear the arguments and get into that debate. Now, the debates in the future will be monetized, and we are also working on delivering the e-democracy, the foundation for voting on the blockchain for policy consensus related to all facts presented in that policy's argument that is contributed by the people, and those people that contribute policy facts in favor or against policy or how it should change to have the best outcome, they will win the lion's share of the value before it's time to file the ballot measures. And we will then file the ballot measures and run them for circulation and qualification for the ballot. So we're going to connect the e-democracy with the direct democracy and let the people decide. And the very e-democracy is such a profound concept because we will be able to get into the deep intellectual thought and comprehension of what laws create a more freer world and what laws will impact our future for the better and make sure future generations have a chance to stop all of this corruption that's been plaguing us and stealing from us for generations. What can we do for that? Well, we can put it on the ballot one law at a time. We reform our state government and our elections, making sure that first is transparency and methods that apply to all people that get mass consensus, like paper ballots with a blockchain ledger. Let's talk about it. Everyone 100% should agree with that based on the facts. And it'd be quite interesting to hear the arguments against it because that whole process of crushing ignorance is quite entertaining. And we will glorify that by rewarding those who win debate. And that's an idea that time has come. The future has been waiting for. It's a very simple Reddit style format. We have the plans in motion. As soon as we get our community, the funding, the business funding will assist, and the passive income from the referrals, which is why you should invest. So if you invest and pay into this matrix system that we have with multiple referral programs, multiple matrices, then you will be rewarded by the DeFi knowledge, the sales skill, the AI tools work that we do to get the value. And you may not see the views yet. You may not see it when you're watching this now, or see the impact short term, but long term with dedication, everything's possible. We are the first movers. I literally am number 18 in the Telegram. Okay, so there's a very small amount of people in the WhatsApp group as well. It all starts there. We're just a tight community talking, and we're going to make massive change. The exciting thing is, I've been waiting for this all my life. And the time my son gets into the 6th grade, this process of teaching him how to be an entrepreneur is going to be wonderful. He's going to be here for a week. And then at that point, after, he's going with his mother to Costa Rica. What a beautiful experience he gets to have. And then after that, he's with me for, I think, about a month. I'll have to look at those dates when he starts school again. But during that time, he's going to go through transformation, as am I, as well as physical transformation, spiritual transformation, and intellectual transformation, learning. And I invite you to be part of this movement. I'm putting it to the point where I can liquidate my Bitcoin I've been saving to just dive in, double down. If I wanted to take some side gig to make some extra cash, I'd be wasting time doing that when I should be chasing this biggest opportunity of my lifetime, to be a first Sonic mover. The token's less than 30 cents. And it's at a prime point, I'm telling you. And the fact that you can get into this Bitcoin matrix and put in the work. So in a week, in 2 weeks, in a month, in 5 months, imagine the Bitcoin matrix passive income you can make in pure Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin that's secure on a decentralized autonomous graph. Okay. Massive amounts of Bitcoin is on the Sonic network. You can get that capital from this program, just referring others, and then we can put that to work. I'm going to be getting into the most advanced DeFi for the next sector, which is Bitcoin Fi, which is all of the various Bitcoin DeFi protocols. That if you look at the amount of Bitcoin in circulation compared to DeFi, you'll see that the Bitcoin Fi is such a small comparison today, such a smallest micro cap. It's a screaming biggest opportunity. And when you look at Ethereum and all of the layer 2s that Ethereum invests into following this theory, you see that these layer 2s are taking all this liquidity. Even this DAG, Sonic, is taking tons of liquidity out of Ethereum for people to move their money into it through the bridges and so forth. And all this Ethereum is being eaten up. And it's such a huge proportion. So if you take the theory of how you have Ethereum that's really low right now, where all the layer 2s are massive and other layer 1s sucking up Ethereum are massive, and Bitcoin, which is massive, and all its very, very small Bitcoin Fi, it's screaming Bitcoin Fi is the future. And we will have a special session for our community to learn about that. So in the grand design of the yin yang, on the side that is yang, the side that is representing God and masculine energy here, that side has a dot in the center, which is yin. And that composure of that dot is flexible. And that dot is the Bitcoin Fi. The other side, which is yin, which is pure DeFi from Ethereum to all the other layer 2s and layer 1s competing with smart contracts and such. This area is the yin side. And its yin yang may be experimental layers, and layer 3s, for example. Layer 0 is huge. Maybe that could be all layer 0. Like, I'm super bullish on layer 0. Why not? And we can just have a party, because all this is going to grow our Bitcoin holdings and crypto holdings and passive yield, which you have to recognize. If you have one yin yang component of your volatile tokens, you can have one yin yang component of your solid passive tokens in equal proportions if you wish. Right now we're more bullish, but the solid stable coins will grow during the bear market, and you can have stable coins and other synthetic assets like gold and silver on the blockchain, and RWAs that create standard passive income with security in their value. So you're not going to have huge drop-offs like you can have in cryptocurrency. They're very stable systems. We can have a yin-yang composed over there as we create this holistic philosophy of balance, create passive income for everyone. That's the yin-yang Dao. Sifu Guillermo. I will be teaching meditation as well, because when you're sitting behind a computer and your signal's not working or the program's not responding properly, maybe your wire was, like I was the other day, plugged into the wrong computer when I was trying to operate it, and things happen. You have to know how to just sit back, and take a breath. Sometimes really simple fixes, but you realize how tricky technology is, and it can take you like half an hour to figure it out, and then be like, that's how easy it was. So I'll be patient with yourself, and I'll teach the deep meditative breathing and meditation that will help you raise awareness and also arrive at your own vision and share that with the community, earn bounties from sharing valuable alpha. We invite all content creators and crypto promoters and teachers to be part of this. And we're looking forward to getting some names that are already established to join, because they see the genius of having a decentralized system, partnering with us in this various matrix programs, completing the vision for economic lift and united petitioners. All the stable coins we get from the Web3 Sonic can go right into economic lift stable pools across every blockchain to capitalize and get the most yield possible. We will be educating, teaching people how to do it, and we're creating that proprietary system that'll be open for all those first movers, and there will be a token launching soon. We're about to verify Ballot AI token on Meteor DEX dynamic pools. You can qualify to purchase that early now if you'd like to be so happy to get in. If you notice this sharp, steep drop, that's because the dev rugged, but we're about to sue him once we get this business capital, so don't worry about that. We're going to pump this and get all that money and lock liquidity there. This video has been going on about an hour. I think I've explained everything, and I'm telling you how determined we are. I'm so happy. Today I talked with this banker, and he's working on getting me the capital, like $150K in business loans, personal 0% interest cards and business 0% interest cards, so that I can take this to the next level and grow. That's why you had to hire this. This hour video is going to be chopped up. It's going to be spit out. And we're going to figure out how to get the content just right and get some following, put in some hashtags as possible, tag some people, start posting it in blogs and areas online where it will be seen and get followers. And we invite you to do the same, because through duplication, you can produce a huge community of others wanting to learn decentralized finance and earning passive income and being an influencer ready to capitalize. So when you look back on the work that you did, you could be retired in a matter of years, and you could be well into your later ages, realizing you could afford all the longevity possibilities affordable to you, and the time to work on your health and live long and healthy and travel and enjoy yourself, and be glad that you spent that time investing in the Bitcoin matrix, the Satoshi matrix to be exact, and this Sonic Web3 and this Yin Yang DAO, which I'm bringing together, putting my whole life into it. And I can't wait to share with you the next AI videos. So stay tuned. Check out the shorts. I'll be producing a lot there as well. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Subscribe to all the channels that are most needed on TikTok, desperately Crypto Petitioner, to get the live stream connected, and on X, Liberty Economy. Thanks for being here. Talk to you soon.